Now, what I'm about to tell you is either the most incompetent display of national defense in American history or something far more sinister. For weeks now, mysterious drones, some the size of small cars, have been swarming over New Jersey's skies. The government claims ignorance, while Congressman Jeff Van Drew alleges that there are Iranian motherships sitting off our coast launching these machines over Trump's Bedminster golf club. The FBI is baffled, Homeland Security is silent, and the Pentagon's denials raise more questions than answers. But here's what they don't want you to consider. Why now, just 40 days before Trump's return to power? So what do these mysterious drones and skyrocketing heating bills have in common? Well, they're both threats to American security that our government seems powerless to stop. But while I can't help you with the drones, I can tell you about an incredible solution to these crippling energy costs. This revolutionary portable heater has become my secret weapon against Biden's energy crisis. One compact unit can heat a room in minutes using a fraction of the energy of traditional heating. Get yours now at staywarmnow.com for an exclusive 60% off. Don't let the energy crisis freeze you out. Take control today. Now, there was a post that was made, and this guy, Jay Anderson, he said this. And I think this is alarmism, and I don't put stock in it, and that is why I made this remark. I said, okay, this is what he said. He said, I'm hearing from multiple sources in the military that the reason why the drones are not being addressed appropriately to the public is because they are U.S. drones and they're being deployed due to a threat of biological or nuclear attack. Thoughts? Now, I'm not totally familiar with this person, Jay Anderson. He does have 137,000 followers on X. And you know, that's what he posted. Now, I just said jokingly, bro, it's just Amazon and Walmart in the battle for drone delivery superiority. And of course, we got a nice little laugh from Laura Regenerative Farmer on X. But, you know, let's get serious now. Okay, we've got quite a bit to go through here. This is from ethical truther Nancy O'Connell. This was, now we did play this, we did show this clip, or maybe it was a variance of it. These pictures were taken Little Egg Harbor, New Jersey. UAP, UFO orb drone potentially captured by high zoom camera, 600 millimeter lens. Very high level of magnification. I'm going to attempt to get the raw file, but this could be big. Now, I'm not sure what we're seeing here, but this is apparently a high magnification photograph of one of these objects over New Jersey. I don't know what's going on with it, but that's one photograph. Now, lots of media today on these topics. Unidentifiable drones have invaded New Jersey. Now, let's go into MJ Truth Ultra's post on this. Apparently, since mid-November, large drones have been spotted flying at night over 10 counties over New Jersey. Today, 50 drones were seen, described as being large as small cars or large buses. They're often seen flying in formation, with some reports suggesting coordinated movement similar to swarms or flocks. They've been spotted hovering over critical infrastructure such as water reservoir, rail stations, military installations, oil, gas, and of course, Trump National Golf Club, Bedminster. We have the clip of Jeff Van Drew saying that the very reliable source says they are Iranian drones connected to a mothership. The FAA has imposed temporary flight restrictions, including Picatinny Arsenal and Trump's Golf Club, but it's not stopping these things. Governor Phil Murphy has acknowledged the issue, saying no immediate threat to public safety has been identified. Okay, but one guy says it's Iranian drones. Okay, FBI says they have no clue what they are or where they come from. They're not a national security threat. The New Jersey mayor has no clue, says Homeland Security, FBI, Secret Service, State Police all have no clue what it is. Now, the Pentagon acknowledges the drones are hovering over critical installations, but the U.S. says there's no evidence they're from a foreign entity or adversary. Okay. So a lot of people are fed up with this BS. Gunther Eagleman putting out this poll. Who is behind the drones spotted in New Jersey? Explain your reasoning in the comments. I actually voted CIA. That's what I said. And that was actually the most popular response. 59%. Only 12% said Iran. 17% said China. And 12% said aliens. That's 45,495 votes. Most people think it's an inside job coming directly from the Central Intelligence Agency. Congressman Jeff Van Drew alleges Iran is behind the drone mystery. My friend Tom McCullough, he messaged me about this today. He messaged me, and I'm like, what? Really? Now, I'm going to play you this clip here. This is actually an Iranian drone launching system that could be to blame for this. But I want to draw some, before we bring this this clip of Van Drew and some of the Pentagon's response. When I was talking to Tom on the phone, I said, Tom, do you remember when Iran posted that the CGI video, computer generated video of a small drone going up into Mar-a-Lago, painting a target, which was Donald Trump golfing, and then it went to a drone shot of them taking out Trump. This is the video here. And what's interesting is, as I was doing my research on this topic, I just typed in, Iran, drone, and Trump, and this guy 11 hours ago posted this video, and he had the same thoughts. So I know I'm not alone. And he writes, remember when Iran put out this video threatening Trump? Now we're getting reports of Iranian drones dropped from a drone mothership over his Bedminster golf course. What do you think about this? Now, we reported on this. I mean, this actually came out maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago, and then it resurfaced just recently. And now I think it has even more weight. But we also have to ask the question, are they trying to gin up conflict with Iran? Is this what they're attempting to do? I mean, as if we don't have enough conflict in the Middle East, are they now trying to say that Iran is directly, flying over the United States, doing recon, intelligence gathering, so that we can have a pretext to go after Iran, to do our own attack, or to support Israel even more? I don't know. I mean, these are questions that we do need to ask. But of course, this was the video that was published, which is just another layer to this whole conversation. Karine Jean-Pierre declines to address the mysterious clusters of drones. She declines a lot. She's not very bright.
They're flying. There have been repeated drone sightings in the Northeast, especially in New Jersey. These are not small drones, some of them pretty large. They're flying at low altitudes. They're flying in flocks. Has the president been briefed on this situation?
So we are certainly aware. The president is aware. So we're closely tracking the activity and coordinating closely with relevant agency, including DHS and FBI, to continue to investigate these incidents. Don't have anything beyond that to share. Obviously, this is something that DHS and FBI are tracking very, very closely, and so I would have to refer you to them directly. But aware. Keeping an eye out and looking into the incidents that you just mentioned.
Still, though, but has the federal government ruled out that these are controlled by foreign entities?
Yeah.
And do you know if they're conducting surveillance over these areas?
I cannot make any kind of predictions or comments about that specifically from here. This is something that DHS is looking at and FBI, so I would have to refer you to them. I don't have anything beyond that. We're tracking this very closely. Obviously, we're all aware of the incidents that have been reported. I'm not going to go into what they could be or could not be from here. That is something that obviously is being looked at as those respective agencies that I mentioned.
Okay, yeah. Karine Jean-Pierre. Worthless as usual. Okay. We have this from the Air Force Research Laboratory. We'll show you how they can actually take out these drones, drone swarms in mass if needed. I'll show you that in a little bit. Here is this. Okay, so they had a hearing. We got clips from this hearing today. I didn't expect this, but they had a full-blown hearing today Here's a New Jersey state representative, and he walked out of the Homeland Security briefing on the drone, and he said he was disgusted at the hearing.
Legislature, great.
All right, so you're here today. You were just inside. You walked out. Why?
I walked out because it was worthless. It was the biggest amateur hour presentation I've ever seen about anything, okay? It was ridiculous. There were no answers. Every question that was asked by a member of the state legislature, great questions, no answers, no resolution. They don't know where the drones are coming from. They don't know who's doing it. They don't know why they're doing it, but they say there's no credible threat. It was annoying to be there. I drove 2 hours to be here today, spent an hour in there. I got to drive 2 hours back. The biggest waste of 5 hours in my entire life.
So why do you think they called this meeting?
No idea. Why would you call a meeting to tell people you don't know anything? I have no idea. And then when the legislators would ask questions, there were no answers. Here's the most frustrating part. The colonel of the state police said that he had a helicopter of his flying above one of these drones, a 6-foot drone or something, I can't remember exactly what he said, and he felt unsafe for his helicopter, so he just let it go. Just let it go. Where'd it go? Who knows? Didn't want to follow it because you didn't feel safe. Is that not the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard? I mean, honestly.
Do they have any idea where these drones are originating?
No, they don't. They would. Maybe if they followed that sucker when it landed, they would know, but they don't. This is a complete lack of effort, in my opinion, on trying to figure this out. This is not about ability. We have the technology, we have the people, we have the training, we have the resources, we have the money. It's just a lack of effort. I mean,
why?
I don't know. They should be saying, you know what they should have done today with productive use of our time, if they didn't know anything, come in there and say, hey, legislators, we don't know anything, but if you get us these 10 things, do these 10 things for us, and the governor calls in this kind of action, we can figure it out. Will you help us? And then we would have helped them. But instead it was just excuse after excuse, and we know nothing. It was infuriating, and I got up and I walked out.
You've been in the service, right?
Yeah, I was an attack helicopter pilot, Apache helicopter pilot in the Army, and I helped stand up the initial unmanned aircraft training battalion in the aviation sector of the Army. So I know a little bit about what I'm talking about, and these guys are not doing the job they need to do to figure out what's going on, and that is the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and the state police.
And they're saying no threat to Americans.
They're saying no threat, but how the hell do they know? They don't know anything. They don't know what it is. They don't know where it come from. They don't know nothing. When I walked in here today, I was actually pretty calm. I was excited to be here to find out a couple things. I thought they'd be like, hey, listen, it's FedEx, trying to figure it out. But instead, I got the most ridiculous amateur hour briefing I've ever sat through.
Wow. New Jersey State Rep Brian Bergen. That was him. And he is not pleased. A lot of people are not pleased at all. Okay. Mindy Robinson. She says, the question was, why do you believe the United States isn't doing anything about these unknown drones? Excuse me. And she says, because they're being operated by China, Israel, or some other foreign entity that owns and controls our government. So they can blame Iran, who isn't on the central banking system, so they can start another lucrative war for the banks and the military-industrial complex. And there is the mic drop. Sagar and Jetty, we have all the hallmarks of a full-blown UFO incident on our hands in New Jersey. Okay? He's a respected reporter. For him to say that is pretty significant. And then, of course, remember this. This is the Chinese drone swarm army that this went viral back in late November. China building a drone army in preparation for America's pivot to Asia. And then, Truth Poll 2 days ago, unidentified objects reported over at least 12 New Jersey counties. Remember we played a Ring camera video for you guys the other day. Well, another one has surfaced. Look at this Ring doorbell. Captured a mysterious UFO in New Jersey, 12/8/2024. The footage shows something strange in the sky, leaving viewers puzzled. Could this be a UAP or just a trick of light? I mean, you could see, I don't think it's a trick of light at all. Look at that thing. And you can see the reflection off the ground. So it's definitely outside. It's not like a fan or a reflection of in a lens or something. There is something seriously there. We also have this now as well. Drones reported in Brooklyn, New York. Interview with Diane Atkins filmed drones in Brooklyn. She says they are not planes.
Verrazano Bridge. That's right. The woman who took those cell phone videos lives here along 3rd Avenue in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. And she says she saw what she believed to be those drones over by the Verrazano Bridge. She posted those videos online, and now it's gotten the attention of Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, who represents this area. And she is among those demanding answers as to what is going on. Diane Atkins says she first heard a roaring noise and then looked out her window in Bay Ridge to see these lights, several in the sky near the Verrazano Bridge. She believes they are all drones.
They started to change from like white lights. They started to get like more like reddish green blinking lights. There had to be in total 10, maybe 12 of these things, and some of them came closer. They went over my building. You could hear the whir of the motor. They seemed pretty large.
Any chance they could be planes?
Absolutely not. Definitely not planes. And there were too many of them. There's no way planes could fly that close together.
Atkins shared her video on X, and Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis reposted, demanding answers from the NYPD, FBI, and Department of Homeland Security. Over the weekend, drones were also spotted over Staten Island, and we've been telling you about numerous sightings over New Jersey, especially in Morris County. On Monday, Pix 11 News asked Governor Phil Murphy for answers about the drones.
We don't see any concern for public safety. That's number one. Number two, having said that, it's really frustrating that we don't have more answers as to where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing.
Last week, the FBI's Newark field office issued this statement to Pix 11 News. We understand the concern, and we are doing all we can to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, they're not doing enough. Okay, let's take a look at this video.
My sources.
Congressman Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey, member of the House Judiciary Committee on the Hill right now. How do you...
That's a little bit of annoying. I don't like the flashing warning sign. I think I have another one here that's just as good. Let me get that for you. We've also got these hearings. Like, wait till you hear some of the stuff that was said in these hearings. Okay, this one person says, probably a Shaheed 171 or RQ 170 clone Iran took down in 2011. DOD probably can't acknowledge for political and other reasons. That's what they're saying. Let me get that clip here. I know I've got it. Otherwise, we'll just watch the other one here. Okay, here's a better version.
Republican Congressman in focus now, Republican Congressman Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey, member of the House Judiciary Committee on the Hill right now. How do you address this at this point?
Well, here's the real deal, Harris. You know, I'm also on the Transportation Committee, on the Aviation Subcommittee, and I've gotten to know people. And from very high sources, very qualified sources, very responsible sources, I'm going to tell you the real deal. Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off, I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America. They've launched drones, is everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this lightly. Now, you know, we know there was a probability it could have been our own government. We know it's not our own government because they would have let us know. It could have been some really glorified hobbyist or hobbyists that were doing something unbelievable. They don't have the technology. But let's pretend that's possible. The third possibility was somebody, an adversarial country, doing this. Know that Iran made a deal with China to purchase drones, motherships, and technology in order to go forward. The sources I have are good. They can't reveal who they are because they are speaking to me in confidentiality. These drones should be shot down. Whether it was some crazy hobbyist that we can't imagine or whether it is Iran, and I think it very possibly could be, they should be shot down. We are not getting the full deal, and the military is on alert with this.
Look, you've given us some pretty dire information just here, and I want to make sure that our viewers are digesting this. Iran has the capability to pull up along our eastern seaboard and launch drones the size of an SUV into the skies of several states, particularly New Jersey, where we know the incoming president has a large home. also in the same county or nearby where some of these drones in New Jersey have been seen. That capability exists. It's possible some of those drones are here. So I have two questions. How are they fueling them? They have to land somewhere. Drones don't fly forever. Why don't they close down the airspace? Yes, it's inconvenient. Yes, it's the holidays. Shut it down. But if you start shooting things and you don't know how they're fueled, that's going to be mass explosions. This isn't like one spy balloon. Congressman, this is serious.
We've got to bring them down, and we've got to find a way to bring them down. I don't know exactly where they're landing. Obviously, I have some information. And again, this isn't just Jeff Van Drew. Oh, let's get on Harris Faulkner's show and say something outrageous. I'm telling you the straight deal from very high positioned individuals who are telling me this. And the bottom line is they're launching them. They are across the country. We don't even have anything like this. No. Our government and also certainly our hobbyists don't. So think about it. It's not only do I have the information, but it's also common sense. We've got to get them down. We've got to determine how they function, what they do, make sure that we can get them, and you're right, in a safe way. When I say shoot them down, get them down any way that you can, but right now they're probably extracting information. This is a clear and present danger to the United States and to our president-elect, and it's a serious business.
Well, and if one of them happens to fall and they're fueled, that explosion could kill people. In focus.
Yeah, that's pretty scary when you think about it. Now, we have some more video I've got here for you, some more reaction. But I want to show you that video of the Iranian mobile drone system right here. Okay, this was posted November 13th of 2023. And they say on this post that Iran wasn't able to produce this kind of military equipment under Trump administration, where the U.S. had tough Iran policy. Now the Islamic Republic is producing and showing off their drone program. Shahed 136 drone with mini jet engine and infrared imager seeker. You can see these are the drones that Iran is showing off currently. Now this was back again in November of 23, so just a little over a year ago. Mobile system, mobile launching capabilities right there off the back of a truck. Now, if there's some kind of a mothership or something like that, some kind of boat, I mean, these could easily be rigged on the back of a ship. And that's, we're not seeing like jet plumes on any of these videos, but I'm just showing you the technology that does exist. Here's some more footage from a door camera. Look at these things. This is New Jersey. Motion detected on a door cam. Started recording. Looks like two UFO or UAP drone-like shapes swooping over the house. Some kind of field surrounding them. Absolutely bizarre video that continues to come out of New Jersey. Here is something else. Remember, you saw that guy talking about the sheriff with the helicopter. He was afraid. Well, here's Eric Martin. This was posted a day ago by Truth Poll X. Eric Martin saw a helicopter chasing a drone in Jersey last night. A helicopter chasing a drone. That could very easily be the moment that that state rep was talking about.
Man. What the fuck? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Hang on.
Somebody knows something, and they are not talking. So we got some more. Let's go back. Let's go check on the hearing that happened and get some of the reactions from that. Well, let's first go to Josh Hawley. This is what he had to say. My goodness. Everyone's
He has no
in.
idea. Yeah, you can't tell me that we don't know what that is. I just think they're not being honest with us. I think that if we don't know, if our government really has no idea
is going on here. Okay. Awakened a day ago regarding New Jersey drones. You're telling me you don't know what they are? The FBI says that's right. Listen to this.
It's thank you, Chairman. And sometimes I feel like I'm in the twilight zone up here. Like month after month, people come before us, they testify, and you don't get a lot of answers. And it's concerning. It's frustrating. You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
That's right.
It's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are. You're telling me that a lot of these, Mr. Jones,
we don't know what they are. The FBI in a hearing. Oh, and there's more. We got it for you right here. Oh, here's the Pentagon just 10 hours ago. Pentagon spokeswoman. Okay, so Jeff Van Drew, he says they are Iranian and there's a mothership. And I have high-level sources that are telling me this. And now the Pentagon denying it.
Representative Jeff Van Drew, who is a Republican from New Jersey, was just on the air saying that Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones, and that mothership is off the coast of the east coast of the United States. Is there any truth to that?
There is not any truth to that. There is no Iranian ship off the coast of the United States, and there's no so-called mothership launching drones towards the United States.
Okay, I mean, who do you believe? Do you believe the representative, or do you believe the Pentagon? I mean, these are clearly conflicting statements being made by officials in our own government. Here it is, incompetent. Dozens of car-side drones and UFOs have been circling Jersey for weeks. The feds admitted they have no idea.
Yeah,
and no plan.
What is going on in New Jersey?
So, sir, the FBI and our Newark field office, along with the state and local partners there, the Bureau is actively investigating the situation you mentioned, just the unexplained sighting of drone activity over that part of New Jersey, including proximity to sensitive sites and areas of concern. So we do not attribute that to an individual or a group yet. We're investigating, but I don't have an answer of who's responsible for that, of one or more people that are responsible for those drone flights. But we're actively investigating. What the Bureau has done to aid our state and local partners is what we generally do, enlist the help of the interagency. There's a tip line there, that 1-800-CALL-FBI, tips.fbi, for information from the public that could help us resolve this. It is concerning.
Is the public at risk? Is public safety at risk? Are we concerned that there are nefarious intentions that could cause either national security or a public safety incident that would put Americans at risk?
There's nothing that is known that would lead me to say that, but we just don't know, and that's the concerning part.
What is going on?
Oh, man. This one says, outrageous Biden admin lets CCP balloon freely cross our nation while mysterious drones hover for 2 weeks. This blatant disregard for our national security is unacceptable and dangerous. Paul R. Oglesby Jr. The beings put on a show tonight in Miami, Florida. The veil is thinning and they are revealing themselves. Go outside and look up. And he posted this video of apparent drones. I don't see anything yet here. Do you see it? Oh, there it is.
You getting it?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Bob! Bob, run!
Emma!
Run! 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 Run!
Guys, look at this.
Run! Look at the blink. Look at all the lights blinking in the sky. Look at all the lights blinking.
Oh yeah.
Look, keep looking.
They just traveled across the whole entire sky.
Keep looking. There's hundreds of them.
Do you guys see that?
What is that?
What?
Those are the beans.
The beans.
The beans.
Oh my God. Yeah, please do real quick.
It's hard to make it out though. And then we have this. Here's more.
Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off, I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America. They've launched drones, is everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this lightly.
Well, who do you believe, guys? Who do you believe? Aviation expert Richard Levy isn't convinced with the explanation. Says it could be bad or mysterious too. Furthermore, one resident said objects appeared over his backyard, not following normal aircraft path.
Activities.
This is CBS
drones
News.
In this
CBS News Philadelphia.
South Jersey sky.
It's on all the township news pages on Facebook and everything. People are taking pictures.
I'm going to keep my eyes to the sky. I'm watching anyway. I do that anyway, especially at nighttime.
The buzz about these aircraft started last week and spilled into the weekend.
That's huge.
Doug McLaughlin shared these videos of the unusual activity seen from his Marlton backyard.
Saturday night, we were sitting outside by the fire, and there they appeared.
Is there ever a question in your mind if these are actually just planes?
No, the flight path above our house has been the same probably for years. So they're not following the regular flight path for the planes going to the airport.
An FAA spokesperson tells CBS News Philadelphia the drone activity was first reported in North Jersey back on November 18th. Evesham police shared they're investigating the questionable aircrafts, adding several responded over Medford, Mount Laurel, and Cherry Hill. Aviation expert Richard Levy shares his thoughts.
The Department of Homeland Security is in touch with the mayor, the governor in New York, Governor Murphy. I find it quite interesting. I'm not speculating. They had a nice conversation, and the conclusions of that were not convincing to me that it was something bad, something mysterious. Not saying it can't be.
Senator Andy Kim says his office has fielded, quote, a lot of calls regarding possible drone sightings. The congressman adds he too has sat down to talk about the issue with Homeland Security, plus the governor and other New Jersey lawmakers.
I don't have information I can share just yet in terms of definitive information, but there are efforts at the federal, the state, and the local level to try to ascertain what it is and what we're trying to do to be able to address that.
Nikki Dementri, CBS News.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Here's some more. Look at this video. The caption, how are dozens of SUV-sized drones flying over New Jersey on a nightly basis? Nobody in our government knows where they're coming from or what they are doing. FBI, Congress, local officials, all baffled, and no one is talking about it. Okay, here's this guy, all right. New Jersey Congressman Chris Smith, speaking about drone incursions, monitoring law enforcement in his own district, saying 50 drones came out of the ocean. One of their 47-foot lifeboats was followed by between 12 and 30 of the drones. This is on the record.
There. And I'm very concerned that we're missing something here. I've raised the issue, as has my colleagues, Malliotakis and others in New Jersey and New York, about these drone sightings. So last night I was on the beach in Island State Park in Ocean County with the sheriff. He has been working it every single night. He's got his own tethered drones chronicling. One of his officers 2 nights ago saw 50 drones come in off the ocean right there. So we thought maybe they'll replicate it. They didn't, but we thought it was a possibility. Last night we had a number of other people there, including a commanding officer from the Coast Guard, who said that one of their 47-foot motor lifeboats was followed by between 12 and 30 of these drones as they went through the water, followed right behind them. And I said, what's the rules of engagement? I mean, you do it if you're fighting against a narco trafficker or something. And they said, we don't know. We don't have any. So I did reach out to the commanding officer at the Joint Base, which is also in my district, and talked to him, had a very good conversation, Colonel Anthony Smith, Joint Base Fort Dix McGuire, the 87th Air Wing, Air Base Wing today. And I said, I know you have the capability, you've put out press releases, to identify and bring down drones. Why can't you deploy them, at least to the ocean? Bring one of these down, find out who's doing it. They have the capability. They said, well, we don't have the authority, only within the parameters of our base. Well, there's a national interest here. Our jets fly over the ocean all the time for training, so that perimeter is larger. So I did write Secretary Lloyd Austin asking that capability that may be sitting in a closet somewhere, I know they use it all the time, but bring it out. And I'm not saying you got to share it with the sheriffs. It'd be nice. Just do it yourself. The interest of the American public. So I would ask if you would echo that request. I mean, DOD's got the capability, and maybe Homeland Security does as well. When we had a Zoom meeting with Secretary Mayorkas, our governor put it together, and I appreciated that. But I asked him...
Yeah, where's Mayorkas on this? Oh, I'm sorry. He's letting all of the illegals into the country. Yeah. Let me show you that video we have of the military technology that we currently possess that shows that we could take down these UFOs. But before I do that, Daily Mail Online, apparent UFO images leak from the Pentagon's secret data retrieval program, Immaculate Constellation. Photos have been leaked now from that. And here is, wow, we have more over, this is another report. Okay.
Mysterious drone sightings now in 12 New Jersey counties, and it's still unclear where they're coming from. Meanwhile, Governor Phil Murphy responds for the first time in a X post saying, quote, there is no known threat to the public at this time. Do other state Jersey officials agree? Well, here with reaction is New Jersey gubernatorial candidate and 101.5 talk radio host Bill Spadea. Bill, it's so great to have you on this morning. So no one has a better pulse on New Jersey than you and, talk radio. So what are your listeners saying to you, and what do you think about this?
Thanks, Rachel. We've got the largest audience in the state. And I have to say that I've got to give credit to my friend Mark Taylor, who is the mayor of Florham Park in Morris County, because back on the 16th, 17th, 18th of November, a few weeks ago, he called the show and he said, Bill, there are drones over my house. And last night there was a Black Hawk helicopter that was sitting in front of them. He said, I have no idea what's going on, but I've called the FAA. I'm calling the state police. And here we are weeks later, and it's increasing. They're everywhere. And, according to reports, and I literally have done my entire show in the last week and a half has been on this drone issue because callers from all over the state are calling in to say some of these drones are the size of cars. And what occurred to me that when the state police and the FBI are asking for our help, how do they not know what's happening? So a lot of people believe that state officials may, in fact, know a lot more than they're telling us.
Yeah, of course. They're not telling you everything. Ashton Forbes, if you don't know him, you need to follow him. It's getting harder and harder to deny there's something unusual flying around the sky. We should be vigilant for the narrative they try to push. The people hiding the physics and technology aren't going to accept responsibility.
To defend against House lawmakers trying to get answers about drone sightings in the skies over New Jersey and Staten Island. Correspondent Nate Ford reports tonight from Morristown, New Jersey.
The fact that we don't know what's flying in our airspace is only the tip of the iceberg. What's to come? We have to fix this.
Today, lawmakers on Capitol Hill raised questions about the United States' ability to defend against drone attacks and counter-surveillance operations.
The American people are looking at us and they think that we're lying to them because they think, how could you possibly not have answers to drones flying over some of the most critical airspace in the country.
In recent months, swarms of unidentified drones flew over the Langley Air Force Base in Virginia, the southern border in Texas, and now nearly every night in New Jersey and New York for 3 weeks.
The president is aware, so we're closely tracking the activity and coordinating closely with relevant agencies, including DHS and FBI.
But the FBI doesn't have answers.
We're investigating, but I don't have an answer of who's responsible for that.
House Speaker Mike Johnson promises to keep working on it.
We need straight answers, of course. We are concerned about drones and all these new technologies and what it might mean for national security and the safety of the American citizen.
Any thought these might be dark programs?
I hope not. I don't believe so, but there's a lot of investigation going on, so we'll find out.
Congressman Jeff Van Drew tells Fox News he's concerned it could be a foreign adversary conducting surveillance, like last year's Chinese spy balloon.
China is one full decade ahead of us. And if this shows us anything, it shows us that we need to do better.
While the concern grows in New Jersey.
There's a lot of fear because there's no solid answers being provided.
Tomorrow morning, starting at 10 a.m., New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy will host 2 separate briefings with New Jersey mayors as well as state leaders and authorities while the investigation continues. Today, the FBI said they've received more than 3,000 tips, and they continue analyzing all the images that continue pouring in. Brett?
Wow. I mean, to let this continue as they are is completely irresponsible. Okay, so this is drones causing an issue. Just deploy this and call it a day. This is from the Air Force Research Laboratory. Okay, so this is technology that the United States Air Force currently possesses that could take these drones out en masse using some kind of a maybe microwave technology or electromagnetic pulse technology. I'm not sure. But they have the ability. The technology exists for them to take out these drones. Now, as you heard, Jeff Van Drew was concerned, and so was Harris Faulkner, that if these drones are taken out of the sky, where are they going to fall? They're going to fall on the residences of New Jersey. And now you got a bigger problem. And what if these drones are actually carrying payloads? What if these drones have munitions on them? So not only the fuel source, I guess this is called Thor, this technology. And what if this fuel source, fuel falls down, creates one explosion, and then you have the secondary explosion from potential munitions? Watch this. Look at all the drones just being taken out of the sky. This is all technology that we currently possess and they could use. And they're not giving anybody answers. I mean, that first representative is like, this was the biggest waste of 5 hours of my life. I will never get back. I have never seen this level of hysteria before. I mean, Capitol Hill, local municipalities, mayors, governors, sheriffs, everybody is on high alert. And nobody's getting any answers. And then, of course, we have to look back at this Iranian drone assault video on Donald Trump that could seriously be part of it. It could all be part of it. And it also could be an effort to gin up support for attacking Iran as well. So these are all things we have to continue to consider of what's going on. Wild. Absolutely wild. Ashton Forbes posted this. He says, this is the best video I've seen of the current drone situation because it's using a telescope, 200x magnification, and it claims to see a field around an object.
Fucking nuts. Well, right, that's zoomed in, 208. And I'll show you the drone right now. Up in the sky. All the way over there.
So who knows what's going on, man? Who knows? but they're all being evasive. The Pentagon's like, no, we don't know what it is. Oh, and U.S. Air Force states unidentified drones have been spotted over UK and U.S. air bases.
The U.S. Air Force says unidentified drones have been spotted over 4 joint U.S. and U.K. military bases in England. The mysterious drones have repeatedly appeared for over a week now. Stephanie Bennett is live in London. So, Stephanie, this is pretty disturbing. What do we know about these drones?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Julie. I mean, the details are still very limited at this time. We do know that the sightings started last week on November 20th, and they have really ranged in size, in style, and also the amount that we've been seeing over that last week or so. Now, a senior British official confirmed to Fox that the UK has deployed about 60 troops, including counter-drone specialists, to help determine who is behind this and to help defend the air bases amid fears it's a potential coordinated operation. They're describing the incidents as unusual and say this is a serious set of circumstances. Take a look at this map. The bases are spread across England and are all used by U.S. Air Force. Now, the drones have been seen over RAF Fairford, Lakenheath, Mildenhall, and Feltwell. For now, civilian police, supported by the UK Ministry of Defence, have launched an investigation. And so far, we're told there has been no impact to residents or infrastructure, and they have not been identified as hostile. While a Ministry of Defense spokesperson said we take threats seriously and maintain robust measures at defense sites, but as of right now, it has not had any significant mission impact. At a Pentagon briefing, Fox's chief national security correspondent Jennifer Griffin asked whether the drones appear to be those of hobbyists or something more sinister and concerning.
Again, it would be, premature to draw any conclusions. We've got to see what these are. I mean, it's entirely possible that it could be hobbyists or something else. We just got to look into it. So.
Yeah, and for now, the U.S. Air Force says the investigation, of course, is still ongoing. And right now, all eyes are on the skies. Julie.
So from the coast of New Jersey to the halls of Congress, this mystery deepens by the hour. We have eyewitness reports of 50 drones emerging from the ocean, Coast Guard vessels being stalked, and surveillance operations over critical infrastructure. Yet our trillion-dollar defense system appears completely helpless. So here's what I need you to ask yourself. If this is, in fact, Iran, and they can operate with impunity in our skies now, what message does that send to our adversaries about the current administration's ability or willingness to protect American sovereignty? Is this an attempt to gin up support for more war? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're standing guard over America's skies, stand proud with our new MAG Avengers gear available at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. These limited edition designs let everyone know you're keeping watch when our government won't.